Let's summarize what we know right now. 4 people are dead, including the attacker in the heart of London. About 20 people were hurt, some with catastrophic injuries. At the same time, British police are investigating as if this were a terror attack. Let's bring in Daveed Gartenstein-Ross, an adjunct assistant professor at Georgetown University's Security Studies program. Daveed, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
So Richard Bestig touched on some aspects of the investigation. Obviously, the big questions: who, why, was there more than one assailant? But what else will investigators be looking for to connect the dots here?
The key thing is the identity of the attacker, which hasn't been publicly released, at least not as of the last time I checked in on it. I have a feeling that they may release the identity soon based upon past cases, but after they know the identity, then a lot more information will become readily available. You'll get to see known associations, the person's online activity, though a lot of it's probably going to be encrypted or otherwise hard to trace. And from there, once you start disentangling the relationships, a lot more will be clear. Early on, it looks a lot like an ISIS attack with the car being used to ramp.
What I was going to ask you. How do they know that? So, I mean, they said it was a terror attack just hours afterwards.
They didn't say that. They said it was being investigated as though it were a terror attack.
Okay.
What they mean there is that the mechanisms...
The wording is important.
Well, it's the mechanisms that you use for a terrorist attack. Just like we're here in the United States, and in the U.S., something that is a terrorist attack gives you different jurisdictions if you're law enforcement or intelligence than other kinds of attacks do. So that's how they're treating it, but they don't know yet. They haven't made that determination, but they're treating it that way until they learn more information.
Well, I guess my question now is, why are they treating it as a terror attack just hours after it happened?
Because it looks like a terror attack, right? I mean, this is a guy driving his car outside Parliament.
Daveed, how do we know this was not a case of someone with a mental issue?
We don't know that, but it looks like a terror attack, right? It's someone who outside Parliament, which is a highly symbolic target, drives their car, runs into as many people as possible, then takes off, has a knife on them, and tries to stab officers. It makes all the sense in the world, given that there have been a number of terror attacks that have been focused on the UK, that you would treat it like a terrorist attack out the gate. It may not prove to be that way, but that's why their language is so important.
Okay, so no claim of responsibility at this point. Does that tell you anything one way or another, or it's too soon?
No, it doesn't.
Okay. What do you make of the response we've seen so far by British police? And armed police, I should say, as well.
It's been a very professional response. I mean, obviously, anytime an attacker is able to kill people outside a major area, that's tragic. But the police were able to, by all accounts I've seen, respond professionally. The attacker has been dealt with. The attacker is now dead.